Okay, so this is April 21st, 2020. Yeah. And I'm doing a reading, fair hair, pardon the wind back, doing a reading on whether or not Woodlawn Doe was in a hospital. Just trying to get a yes or no. I get the Four of Cups. It certainly indicates that she's in a state of having a hard time once again emotionally connecting. There's depression, there's anxiety, there's unease for her. You know, she's just not where she feels truly stable. There's just not something there. And what crosses her is the devil. And this is the challenge. I think this is a very oppressive environment. That she's living in, or finds herself in, or finds herself coming up against someone like that. I also see this could possibly be early on an indication toward a problem that she may have been having with hanging around less than positive people who were manipulating her. The Nine of Pentacles makes me feel like this was someone being taken advantage of, and they worried, particularly at night. I'm getting a feeling there was some predatory staff, and she could have well been in a hospital by the looks of this. Wanting and waiting to get out. I think she was just waiting to get out, not wanting to be there. There's, some messed up people. In her mind, she had, I see some confusion. I see also some fanciful thoughts. She was young, so she may not have had the experience that you get when you're older and you can discern better or make a choice. She also may have been more imaginative, but struggling to make choices. She wasn't very young, so I don't know. She also probably struggled, my guess, with is not only mental health issues, but substance, quite also, possibly. Often people try to self-medicate. Know that from my own family. In the recent past, there's the Two of, this looks like Wands, yes. So there was a choice, a point of her just weighing the options. I think trying to let go, or trying to, move to a different more expanded life. I think she was really pushing that. Pushing for her freedom, trying to turn your intention into action. She had ambition, she had desire, she had motivation. I think she also had a lot of duality. She may have been bipolar, she may have had, I feel like, some problems that way, just collectively here through these cards. Oh, and the Five of Pentacles. I really do feel like she was not in a feeling like she was necessarily either taken from an area where she could get help or put in a situation where she couldn't get help. There's just in her, it just destroyed her physically. It just ruined her health, destroyed her mind, body, and spirit. This is really, and isolated her, caused her great sorrow. Caused her great sorrow. This person, this oppressive energy there. Exploitation. I think she dealt a lot with it in her life, in her young life. Ugh. It's really heartbreaking. You know, and I think she did try to get away from it, but I think somehow, some way, someone kept lassoing her back, and she was just not able to get away. And there was somebody there that prevented that. They liked the control thing again. And, you know, they're just, it created a great deal of suffering for her. So I'm feeling also with this 9 in the basis of the reading, this is something that would go on in her life. Poor kid. She tried to escape. I keep getting this. I think she was probably a runaway. She may have been running away from not only abusive foster homes and institutions, but her own home life. There may have really been nowhere for her to go at some point. And it may have started out with just wanting more freedom and running away, but things getting out of control to where now she is trying to escape. And it's just like someone has it out for her. There's, in her environment, there's just someone planning, lurking, looking for the opportunity. They are, you know, they're looking to take advantage of her. And I think she had hoped that she would get the help she needed. This would be a better place, maybe. But there was some kind of a period of time. There was, I feel like she felt like, God, she very impatient to get out, and finding, not liking the institution, not feeling like it was the help that she actually needed. Really wanted to get out of there. I feel like she was she felt she was being targeted. And I think she was. I think she was. I think someone decided to do this. Again, I don't think it's an older person. I tend to think it could be somebody that was a bit older than her, maybe in their early 20s, maybe close to 30 with that night. But I just get a sense of aggression from this person, and they're just looking for prey. I do think she was in some kind of a facility. I do, whether it was juvie, mental health ward of some kind. I do. Okay, let me see, what else would I want to ask? Let's see. Was she a runaway? Was she a runaway? Did her family look for her? I would like to know, did her family look for her? And just again, did she have a habit of running away? What was going on? Why was this happening? Okay, again, we're getting an issue, and I always get this with her, of somebody wanting control. Someone, perhaps herself, wanting control over her own life because somebody else feels like they are way too controlling in her atmosphere. What crosses her is a struggle or a challenge to make plans to get a goal to manifest. You know, she was trying to work on something at the time, and it was challenging, and I think it was to get out from under some sort of control by another person or situation, force, institution. The basis is the Ace of Swords, and it can sometimes be, this card here can be about hurting yourself. She may have had a history of hurting, cutting, hurting herself, depression, anxiety, and it could be that family just didn't know more what to do with her. Maybe something happened to family while she was in hospital. I'm not sure, and her death was covered up by someone. Definitely the vibe I'm getting there. The world, what crowns her, is, I think that the answer is out there. The answer to her end is out there. She's holding a key there in this deck. And her life story could yet someday come out. It is crowning her. There's the details here. But there's such control. And I feel like she had such control at home, maybe, and then such control if she got in trouble and had to go to some kind of institution. I think being in teen years, you know, could have been some rebellion against that, problems with depression, cutting. I see anxiety. Again, to do with night when she's in her bed. I'm feeling like that could have been a time if she was at home or someplace where somebody could have bothered her. Somebody could have been abusive. She may have also, prior up to going into some kind of hospital, been going through a lack of sleep. I feel like the history of, I feel like there's medical history, mental health history on her, but they just haven't been able to link her to this person for some reason. And I see enthusiasm here. I see something coming. And that is a Knight of Wands. There is activity. It's again treating somebody like they're a piece of property. Like they are, their body is yours to do with whatever you please. total control. And again, we get that Five of Pentacles. To me, it is some kind of thing where she's fallen through the cracks. She might be in a place where somebody's actually supposed to be able to help her, but she's not able to get the help she really needs. There's something lacking there. And she's not well. You also have people in her environment that are not well. So it's making me feel like it could be a mental, it could indeed be some sort of institution that she was in. Here is the Three of Pentacles. She fears, I think she wanted help to get out. I think she feared being treated further cruelly. I think she was undergoing a great deal of abuse. She just wanted to get out of there. But I think somebody also took a very high risk when they took her life and then had to, I think, dump her remains. Again, there's a feeling that there's the night again, something to do when somebody is not well or in a capacity that they are not able to give consent or control what's going on. They're just not well. And somebody taking manipulative advantage. I just want to know who, damn it. I think this was repeated. The medication, the being given something and routinely having something done. And I think then just that was it. Taking her life. King of Wands. And getting rid of her body. So I have a feeling this was not something that this happened, that this was her first time having something this abusive happening to her. I think she was in some kind of hospital or some kind of a controlled environment where someone was able to do these things and then they finally decided to kill her. Or she may have died from the overdose and they got rid of her body. So sadly, yes, I do think she was in a hospital somewhere. And let's just do one real quick. Will she get ID'd? Will WoodLawn Doe get ID'd soon? Will WoodLawn Doe get ID'd soon? Will WoodLawn Doe get ID'd soon? Will this poor young lady get ID'd soon? She was somebody's daughter, and she was young. Well, I do see the Magician. I do see the Nine of Wands. And this card, though, I think it indicates a person who is able to manipulate people, but maybe there was somebody that got away or lived to tell the tale. So there might be record of this person. And I think she certainly tried to escape from them to get help. But I think they caught up with her, and that was it. That was it. This person looked at others as their slave. Will she be found? Well, she was found. But I mean, will her identity be found? Well, this could be a new start here with this Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry, it is a page. And this is the Chariot. So there could be some movement. There could be some tracking going on that will bring a beginning of a result, maybe through DNA, family DNA. I'm not sure. Just want to see people with money around this. It's just so sad. I'm gonna look one more time because I'm not satisfied with that. Will this poor young lady, WoodLawn Doe, will she be ID'd? Will she be ID'd? Will WoodLawn Doe be ID'd? Well, we get the Six of Swords, so as technology progresses, maybe very soon we will get through the difficulty of identifying her and come into a better situation where there's, in my opinion, and analyzing tools and things, technology that might be able to help. Certainly DNA and other perhaps various things. There is a connection to a King of Cups, okay, with her identity. I don't know if this is a father. I don't know if this is a person who finds her identity or helps to figure it out. Here is the moon. This is just us having these scraps of information of who she is. There isn't real clarity. There's uncertainty. And there is hope to find out who she is, because she has become much more well known in the fact that we can't seem to identify her. Now, this Ace of Swords does give me some hope that someone, a magician, a person will be able to crack the code, maybe through DNA and other things. That's very promising, that eventually. I feel like this was someone, a young person that wanted to go out and have fun, but also wanted their independence, and maybe were a bit difficult about it. maybe they had some dysfunction emotionally that was super challenging to deal with. And I think definitely there's depression, there's anxiety, problems that this young lady had. And I really do think she sought to escape, maybe even from some place that was supposed to give her help. She was trying to get out of there. So that is what I have for WoodLawn Doe, and whether or not she was someone who was indeed in some sort of facility. So I'm losing my voice. I'm going to stop here for today, and I'm going to do some other stuff, and I will try and catch up with your comments later. Thank you for all who have subscribed and are subscribing. Please remember, it's so appreciated, and it's so appreciated when you give the thumbs up on the video and make a comment. Makes my day, and deeply appreciated. Donations, if you can, there's a link on my About page, so if not, that's okay too. Take care. All right, see you in the next video.